We have seen indeed how this Electoral Commission, unsurprisingly, has gone ahead to undertake processes that without doubt mean unfairness of the election in themselves, or even illegality in themselves, how the Electoral Commission is managing the process. You saw some time back that the Electoral Commission had solicited the LC1s, the assistance of the duty, they enrolled the LC1s to become officials managing critical parts of this process, including establishing voters' roll some time back. And they were all paid for that duty. Now, LC1s are clearly partisan. They are either FDC or NRM. Of course, you know that the NRM declared that they had won, I think, 99 or something percent of the LC1s. Those are the LC1s now managing critical processes of the election, including establishing roles that will be used for the election. They have been establishing roles, I think, for persons with disabilities, for I don't know what, a number of roles. A matter that, without doubt, inherently and fatally affects the fairness of the process of the election. We have seen the Electoral Commission limit citizens that would be otherwise eligible to vote in how they can be registered to vote. The Constitution of Uganda is very clear. It imposes a duty on every citizen who becomes 18 years of age. It's not a choice, it's a duty, it's an obligation. You have to, once you are 18, you have to go and register to vote. That is Article 18, Article 6, Article 59 of the Constitution. There is a duty for everybody who turns 18 to register and to vote. To register, voting is a choice. You can choose to vote, but you must register to vote. Now, the Electoral Commission here, voters have only 12 days to register for 2021 elections. They have only 12 days. And they were given 21 days in which they can register to be voters in the next election. Now, the law is very clear. It requires that the Electoral Commission registers whoever becomes 18 on an ongoing basis. It is so if you become 18 on any day, you should walk to the Electoral Commission and be registered. Not that there is a window of 21 days in which you can become a voter. No. That is very, very clear in the Constitution. What the Electoral Commission should be doing, which obviously it has chosen not to do, is on a continuing basis to educate Ugandans about their duty. That every day they should go and register. That's what they should be doing. It's a duty imposed by Article 61 of the Constitution. They are required to inform Ugandans about all this continuously. And Ugandans have a right to register to vote at all times. So what this means is that all people who become 18 after the 12 days that are remaining will never vote in the next elections. That's what this means. Yet, yet on the 20th, when does the time end? On the 11th of December, it will be more than a year before they can cast the vote. Critical vote that they are registering to do. So people who are for a whole year cannot register would have been disenfranchised. People who become 18 on the 13th day and continue becoming 18 for more than a year will be disenfranchised. Now, quite obviously, we are not saying that there shouldn't be a time when the voters' register should be cut off and displayed to be used for election. It should be there. But it has to be as close to the election as possible. What the Electoral Commission has done is to create, they say, that elections begin in April. Why should you have a general elections lasting a whole year? Ridiculous. All those elections could even be held on one day, as we have seen other countries do. There is no reason why they should spread them for a year and use that as an excuse to disenfranchise Ugandans. It's ridiculous. So, this is illegal and cannot be allowed to continue unchallenged. Now, for these illegalities, we are not just going to continue lamenting. As of today, a case has been filed in court. And there are 14 applicants versus 1, the Electoral Commission, 2, Mr. Byabakama Mugenyi Simon, who now goes as its chairperson of the commission, and 3, Mr. Lukwago Sam.